Hi, I wanted to make another video because I was scared to. Because it's like I already did it once, so how am I going to do it again? It's the build up to it was actually really scary. So I said I'm going to just make another one because what I would like to do is to shake up my nervous system and to go into what I'm uncomfortable with. And so here I am making another video and I'm live now. So, and it's very late out. It's very late tonight. It is right now 1:38 Eastern Standard Time. Hi, Sterna. That's my roommate from seminary. Hi. So, I actually came back from seeing Mary Poppins tonight. I took my kids to the remake of it. Actually, it's cool because it was kind of like a continuation. It wasn't like they tried to remake the original movie. It was like when the kids were older and they had kids. Anyway, no spoilers, no spoilers, okay? But one of the themes was it's possible. And anything is possible, even if it's impossible. And I thought, how cool was that? Because I just had made a video about possibilities yesterday. So I thought that was just really neat. And then today I meditated for quite a while. I just sat in silence today for a couple of hours. And then later on, I sat for another hour. And but when I went into the third hour, hi um oh my gosh, oh gosh, I just blanked on. Anyway, I love you. I know I was in yeshiva with you and I love you. Anyway, so um the second hour, the third hour actually, because I did 2 hours in the morning and then like later on in the evening, I just felt like I needed to connect again with myself. And I did that for an hour. I just sat in silence and I just started to cry. And I'm like, wow, this would actually be a beautiful video if I was just crying. Like, can you just imagine me crying in front of you, just sitting there and crying? And I was thinking how like nobody likes to cry, like I know myself, I would stop my kids from crying or I would try to like, oh, it's okay, it's okay. We do that all the time. But to me, the crying was so good and it's so healthy. And all of these sudden, these like what ifs started coming in. Like, what if it was okay to cry? What if I did a video with just crying? What if everybody just did videos with them crying and just falling apart? Just falling apart. And what if the crying was actually just letting go of old ideas and old stories and who we're not? What if the crying is a cleansing? What if the crying was just letting go of any old story that I think that I'm attached to? And what if I have no idea why I was crying? And today I have no idea why I was crying tonight. And my daughter heard me crying from the other room. And immediately I was like, and I wiped up my face and I was just like, wait, but it's okay to cry. And in the past, I haven't been okay with it, or I was scared that my children shouldn't see me cry. But the fact is, that's actually really healthy. That crying is healthy, laughing is healthy. Like all of these emotions, they're just emotions. They're not the essence of who I am. They're just how I guess my body is moving through the emotions. And so I just changed it. I recognized that she had asked me from the other room. She called me and she said, "Mom, are you crying?" And instead of saying, my first reaction was, "No, I'm fine. I'm fine." And instead of saying I'm fine, I just said, "Yeah, I'm crying." She said, "Why are you crying?" I said, "I don't know." I said, "I guess something just needs to be released in me and I just need to cry it out." And she was okay with that. And I just finished crying it out. And as I was crying it out, all of these like what ifs came, like, what if I can't do another video? What if I'm not going to flow? What if I'm not, what if I could do another video? What if all these things could happen? What if everything that I learned about is really true? What if the world is really shifting right now? What if like all the chaos and all the craziness is just so that way we could actually just look inside? What if every single thing that's going on outside is just a reflection of what's going on inside? And I just actually just need to cry it out. What if I just need to get into really good peace and harmony with myself? What if when I'm doing that, it's actually affecting the world? What if all of these like shifts that people are having that are not in like the big spotlight, meaning big politicians or all of this other stuff. Hi, Nakama. Um, what if they are? What if it's an underground movement of shifting? I would say an underground movement, but all the time, ever since like I got into like transformational stuff, I keep on getting on my Facebook groups, all of these people that want to do, that are trying to sell me Mind Valley and, all these inspirational stuff. So, but there is definitely like a movement going on. It feels like it's underground. But that's actually how it is. That's actually what we learn in the Torah and Bible studies is, how is Mashiach or the Messiah going to come? It's going to come from Ruth. It's like from concealment. And, what if it's actually happening? What if it's actually happening now that the world is actually lighting up? What if I'm part of that? What if you're part of that? What if we're all part of that? What if we're able to cry away our old stories? I think about like, where am I coming from? I come from, my mother is a single child of Holocaust survivors. You know how crazy that is? My father, I don't know what his deal was. I think my grandfather was a bit alcoholic. That's what I'm getting. Possibly, I don't know, my grandmother, like, God bless everybody, like all the generations before and all the pain and all the hardships that they had to go through. But what if that's in the past? What if right now it's just a matter of letting it all go? What if it's just about crying it out and then letting it go and see what happens? What if it's about sitting still? What if it's about sitting still with myself for hours? What can happen with that? What if I'm actually connecting with the source of the world? Somebody actually, one of my meditation mentor, who I've never met, but I watch him on YouTube and I'm connected with him. He said, go into nature and find a tree. And it's just like the tree, it's like, it's so solid. And actually, that's kind of the feeling that I've been getting when I've been meditating. And the meditation is not like, I used to not be able to meditate even for a minute, but it was just like, just sit there and don't die. Okay, I'll sit there and don't die. He said, there's like so much to be found in you, in us, to just sit there in silence and let the pain come up and let all the stuff come up. And the mind is crazy, but what's been happening is it doesn't really matter, because it's like, that's the time that I'm giving the universe to work on me. And what's been happening is it's been removing stuff. It's been removing rage. That's amazing. Wow, I didn't even know that I'd be talking about this, but that's something that I'm talking about is, the rage has been passed on from generation, not from my mom's side. She's the sweetest person, but from my paternal side. And I got it, and I had cried about it and cried about it and cried about it and tried to stop. But it's actually only when I gave myself that time to sit by myself in silence with the universe and just let whatever thought came up just come up and just love it. Like, instead of fighting my own thoughts, I was taught to love it. Just love my thoughts. Isn't that crazy? Just love my thoughts. As I've been loving my thoughts, I've been loving myself more. And the universe, God, that has been removing from me, it's actually pretty much removed, which is really cool. And it's interesting. I felt like just nervous again talking, but I'm going to keep talking because I need to shift my nervous system, and everything that I'm saying to you, I need to hear every single thing. And as I'm shifting my nervous system, more stuff is coming up. And the way that I know that I'm really changing also is because I'm blessed with teenage girls. And one of them is very much either like me or our energies or whatever it is. It's been like that. So now it's different because since I've been meditating, there's been more space in me that has opened up. And now that I'm accepting myself more, I have more room for my kids, and I have more room for my teenager who's angry at me right now. I gave her a consequence for being late to school, and she's really angry. And I really, really understand that. And I just love her, and I love her through the anger, and I've been praying for her. Whereas in the past, I would get angry at her that she's angry at me. And that's crazy. It's just so crazy. The parenting has been a really growing, hi Leia, parenting has been a really growing experience for me. It's like having these kids, it's forced me into looking at myself and to growing myself up. So the more that I'm looking inward, the more space that I'm having for myself. By the way, the anger that she's having, what has happened in the past is she's been really mad, and then I would just get mad. But instead now, when it comes up, when I'm in meditation and I'm just like listening to what the silence, I'm seeing myself as this little kid. It's like, how am I getting, do you remember, like talking to myself, do I remember when I was that angry? Yeah, heck yeah, I do. I don't like boundaries. I don't like consequences. Like, I don't like somebody telling me what to do. So for sure she's pissed, but I love that. Like, and today I can love that and I can have space for her because I have space for that little kid in me that was like really, really angry. And I was able to like talk to myself and say, yeah, you're really angry. And some of the things were real injustices. Like I should not have been treated this way, you know? And so the challenge for me, and I feel real vulnerable now, but really the challenge for me right now is actually that I have been transforming and I have been changing. And it's like finding that balance of, yeah, but I could still make boundaries and I could still make consequences. And not only that, it's my responsibility to do that. And that's actually not abusive. But when you have a history of being abusive, that's sometimes the lines can be very blurry. And so much so that I'm so grateful that I could turn inward, that I could just go and meditate because I don't have the answers. But I know that this power that's greater than myself has actually all of the answers. And this power has actually been guiding me. And today, instead of sending her hate for hating me, I just sent her love and I prayed for her. And I love her so much. So, so much. I love both my daughters so much. I love them so much. They've actually forced me more into my own spiritual journey and into my own growth. And any pain that I'm experiencing is, again, like what I remember from the caterpillar. I think it's just being squished. And so I actually have been thanking God for my pain. And that's amazing. It's actually an amazing experience to thank God for the pain and thank you for the pain, because there's on the other side of that, there's a whole bunch of life. I was just thinking, like, what was I thinking? Also, I was thinking about death and I was thinking about life. I was like, you know, and changing thought patterns. And it's like, well, what if just like death can happen in a second, life can happen in a second, and it's happening every single second. Life is happening all the time. And what if I don't even know what to say right now and I could love that? Hi, Shayna. Hi, Eliezer. So I was just talking about what ifs, and now I feel like you guys are joining, so I could try to think about what else am I saying. And what if everything that's happening right now is exactly the way it's supposed to be? Everything. What if there is a power in this world that is completely taking care of everybody all at the same exact time? Hi, Yafa. Good to see you. What if, as I take care of myself, the universe is taking care of every single other person, and that's even including my children? And what if we could just sit in silence for a minute and just hear what happens? Because if I feel my nervous system, then I just lose train of thought. But I actually had something to say and I don't remember what it was. But what if there's blessings? See, we read blessings from our prayer book, and it's like, blessed are you, Lord our God, King of the universe, who is going to bring the dead to life. What if that's happening all the time with people that are also alive? That has totally happened to me. Just new energy and new life. That's like amazing. What if the impossible is actually possible? I just wrote 100 possibilities today of what is possible. What if it's possible that the people that I'm going to ask if I could do it for bringing with them, like, what if they say yes? What if it's possible that every single decision that I made was actually the right one, even though it was wrong? What if it was right in being wrong? What if there was no right and wrong? What if, hi, Abby. Okay, so I think, but the thing is, all you guys chimed in, but I feel like that's, I don't have anything else to say. It's funny how I actually had like this flow of thought in the what ifs. Do you guys have any what ifs? Do you have any comments about what if? Like, it's such a cool experience to just write, like, what if these things are possible? What if, and I'm going to do this again, I did this on the last video, what if there was no past? What if we're just in this moment? What is possible right now in this moment for us? What if everything was possible? What if everything good was possible? What if our situations could change just like that? You know what? We're so used to things changing like that in the negative, right? If God forbid there's a car accident or God forbid something happens. Well, yeah, well, what if we win the lottery? What if something amazing happens? What if I meet the right person at the right time? What if I go into the store at the right, what if I get exactly what I needed? What if I'm like completely financially independent and that's amazing? What if I let go of all of my old stories? What if every single thing that happened in the past was used to my advantage? What if when I remembered, you know what happened today? I remembered, hi, Shoshana, Michael, Shoshana, hi, Shoshana. What if every single um, thing that happened now, I remember why was I like hesitant about making this video is because hi Gittel, I was thinking, I was remembering my dad making fun of me. I remembered that. And so as I got older, what was happening is I was just like, I just need to stay small. I need to stay small because if I stay small, I'll stay safe. But what if that's not actually safe? And what if this is just carried on from generation to generation? What if the shift can happen and I could just move into my own power today and not even worry about the fact that that actually happened? What if I actually made decisions based on remembering that and doing exactly the opposite, which is what I did tonight? I was so scared to do this again. And I don't know what's going to be. And tomorrow, maybe I'll do another one tomorrow. I don't know. But what I do know is I need to live in my own truth and I need to be brave. And I've never been like, I've been brave, but like to get through bad stuff, right? But now I need to be brave to get through good stuff. And I'm expecting good things to happen. And let's expect good things to happen. You know, there's an awesome thing that I heard in program and like in my spiritual program is expect a miracle. What if we all just expected miracles right now? Just expect a miracle. What's going on in your life? I'm expecting a miracle. I expect that my relationship with my daughter is healing. Like, as the more authentic that I am, the more my relationship is healing with her. I expect miracles. I expect healing to happen. I expect the world to just wake up. I just posted on my Facebook page this love billboard. I expect miracles to happen from that and that everybody is touched by love. I expect the world to shift from a place of fear into love. And I expect myself to do that. And what if I expected just the absolute best and the absolute best just keeps on happening and happening and happening? How awesome would that be? Let's all just like keep expecting miracles. And I need to hear this. That's why I'm saying this. Okay, so I've been on for a little while now and I'm going to go to sleep. Let's expect miracles. Love you.